Ida for hiding my dad's wife affair? Throw away before you guys bring out your pitchforks, hear me out. When I was 6, I found out my dad had an affair. I overheard a fight between him and my mom where it was brought up. This was the first time I felt truly disgusted by my dad, as he made my mother cry louder and more painfully than I had ever heard. He also wasn't sorry about it. It became a known secret that he wouldn't bring his mistress around our house since my grandma was against it, not my mom. I knew he had other kids. He wasn't shy about them or about how he loved them more than me. But I had my mom, and back then, that was more than enough. At 9, my mother ended up dying at the hands of a drunk driver. He and his family didn't even try to hide that they never truly loved my mom. They didn't plan or pay for the funeral, they just had her cremated, which I knew even then my mom would have hated. They moved on from her death as if it were an inconvenience, finally gone. My mom's pictures, dresses, jewelry, everything was gone. The only things I got were a portrait of her and her favorite heart necklace. His mistress and his kids moved in, and my grandparents did a complete 180, treating them like family. From then on, I was simply forgotten. My grandma spent more time with his kids than with me, planning things and giving them gifts. My grandpa was a man who loved working, so getting him to take days off to see me was a miracle, and none of those days were ever for me. His wife didn't try to hide her hatred of me and would make comments about how much I reminded her of the woman who stole her husband. My dad wasn't shy about pushing me out to ensure his darling didn't get her heart broken. The only people I had were the maids, and even then, I felt disconnected since they were being paid to be nice to me. I hated them so much, but I hated my dad the most. When I was 15, I walked in on his wife sleeping with another guy. She started apologizing and begged me not to tell my dad. I told her not to worry, I didn't care enough about him to tell him. I've held on to this secret for years. It brings me so much joy to know he destroyed our family for some woman, and he doesn't even know. I'm in my early 30s now and still haven't told him. I know she still sees the guy, Mark, and he has become a family friend. He's now part of family events, gatherings, everything, and is now her business partner. It's just funny, any pictures I see of him with my dad make me so happy, knowing that his perfect family is nothing but a lie. Every time I see him at the events it just makes my day. I know it's petty and wrong, but I just don't feel bad. Is that wrong?